let's talk about some big exciting stuff here.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese. We were talking about him last week for Killers of the Flower Moon, which premiered at Cannes. Rave reviews all around. But he just announced after Cannes, he had the Pope held like a meeting for like artists from all around the world, talking about how they could like involve like the Christian message and stuff in like their work. Martin Scorsese attended this, and he announced there that he was going to make a Jesus film. Like he said he was writing it, and it might be his next movie. Now, obviously, the big joke all over is Marty's already made a film about Jesus, The Last Temptation of Christ with Willem Dafoe. Great movie, underrated. Watch it if you haven't seen it. But, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because he's already done it. I mean, listen, Marty's never been shy about his religious influence on his films.
Yeah.
Well, he's previously he was a lapsed Catholic, but I think he's kind of refound faith. He said a lot during interviews that he like used filmmaking to kind of find his faith in a way. I mean, Silence is a great example of his like use of those themes and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know. This is interesting. I mean, it's Martin Scorsese making a biopic about one of the most famous historical figures ever. So,
Well, we don't know if it's a biopic though.
right.
We just
But
know it's a film.
The reason I
about
wonder
Jesus.
if it's a biopic is because The Last Temptation of Christ wasn't really a biopic. It was very much just that end portion of Jesus's life, and then obviously it takes an interesting turn there, the way they approach it. It was based off a novel, but
I wonder like what he's gonna do. Like, because Mel Gibson
yeah, The Passion of the
did
Christ
Passion
is a
of
good
the Christ, and then there obviously were. I'm sorry, Matt. Go. Matt.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just sorry.
No.
I
Go ahead.
As a Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
like it's the most famous story in the whole world.
So it's up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Whether you love him or hate him, Jesus, or you're just or you
Yeah.
believe in something else. His life story has kind of been done a time or two. It's been
Yeah,
told.
yeah,
yeah.
It's been told a couple
Yeah.
of different ways. So you're right. I don't know.
And they had that show, The Chosen, which it was airing. It was like that streaming show that followed his life, and it got like really good reviews and popularity.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely been done a lot before, but I wouldn't say it's been done great many times.
I think Passion of the Christ
I
is
do, yeah.
really well done.
Yeah.
I will say, forget like the religious aspect of it. Imagine like, this is so blasphemous to say, but I'm saying just for the sake of talking about movies, right? And stories of characters. If the story of Jesus had been come up with by like a filmmaker today, and it wasn't a thing, right? If religion wasn't a thing, but then it was like a Harry Potter type character where someone just came up, like it's a brilliant story. I mean, there's tons of cool aspects of stuff. I think when you tie in the fact that there are hundreds of millions, if not billions, of people that believe this is the Son of God, that really aids in it. But I think one thing that's interesting is that it also allows for some slacking, which I hope they don't do. Like, I feel like devout Christians and Catholics and all this other stuff, anything to do with Jesus, they're just going to say it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that it is still.
Oh yeah, because then you
good.
get those like religious Christian films that are like the cheesy ones that are like which like I don't think anyone really enjoys. But no, I mean I'm pumped for this. I mean, it's one of the greatest filmmaker, some would argue, and a huge historical figure. I'm curious. I mean, The Last Temptation is really interesting because he got a lot of flack for that movie because that book like plays into the idea that Jesus was in love with Mary Magdalene. And then obviously it, without spoiling too much, it shows what his life would have been if he wasn't the Son of God and like has kids and like lives a life. So like people who were like very religious obviously were heavily against that take, but I thought it was really interesting. So obviously this has got to be different, but what do you think, Matt?
Well, is he going to be? I mean, how old's Marty? Is he going to be around to get
That's
this
a
done?
good point.
That was
I
my
made the
first
joke
thought.
to RJ. One last movie about Jesus before he goes to meet him.
I mean, listen, no offense. My first thought is, I mean, let's focus on, health, Marty. Let's get some rest. He just made this big
He's
movie.
80.
Kills it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a spry 80.
Okay.
He's very
spry. He's
Come on.
spry. He's a
Look at
king,
the
dude.
smile on him.
He's
All
a
right.
king,
All right, I'll give him
dude.
spry. All right. No, I mean, listen.
Look at those eyebrows.
I feel like short people live longer.
Let me tell you. Let me know who.
Great, I'm out.
Let me know who you have as the big guy, and we'll come back to me.
I feel like
Because
who would
that's
you
key.
say? Who do you think is would
Vito.
be
Like 20 years ago, though.
No, today. No,
Oh,
no
Vigo.
dead
Oh,
Chris
that'd be
Farley castings. I'm
Vigo.
saying,
20
who,
years.
who would you say today on the slate of actors could legitimately
Well,
play Jesus?
The question is, does he go with
Ricky
the
Rubio.
traditional like white guy, or does he go to probably how Jesus actually would have looked, which was like more like Middle Eastern?
Oh, it could be interesting.
I think.
Who's the guy who's in the Green Knight? What's the name of that?
Oh, Dev Patel.
Yeah, what's his?
Dev Patel is,
I don't know.
I believe he's.
I feel like he can grow a
Indian.
nice beard, right?
Let me check that.
It's like they need long hair and a nice
That's not
beard.
a bad pick,
Thank you.
Yeah.
dude. I could see him.
Dario Naharis from Game of Thrones.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let me see where he's from.
I was thinking
He's
the
a
guy
British
from
actor. I like that. I mean, he's got the look. He's got the facial hair.
who else?
Hmm.
Be Dario Naharis from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, his parents are Indian.
Vigo.
Yeah, Vigo would have been good.
He would have been perfect.
I think
20 years ago.
otherwise you go with an unknown actor. The question is, would Scorsese want to work with like an unknown actor
I feel like he
at
would.
this stage in his career?
Sure. I don't
Yeah.
see why not. Because he's
Pass
not.
the
He's not an
DiCaprio.
idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man. See, that's hopefully
right.
it's De
Well,
Niro.
De Niro.
De Niro with the 3 cameras. They de-aged De Niro.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm-
arthritic Jesus walking around.
right. This to me would be a good bookend to his career. Obviously, I hope he makes 10 more movies. But if this was the last movie that he makes, I feel like considering all the religious themes in his film work,
Mm.
like even if you go back to Mean Streets, like Harvey Keitel's like going to church and like that's kind of that like personal struggle.
Well,
in
he
that
grew
film.
up a Roman Catholic
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you
yeah.
know Italian American
Yep.
household, so it's not abnormal.
Mhm. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm there. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there for the 4-hour.
I need
runtime.
more info. I
Yes,
need more.
100%.
You know what I mean? I need to see. I need more info.
It really came out of nowhere, which makes me wonder: is this movie going to actually happen, or did he just say that to make the Pope happy?
He said he's making it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Goodfellas 2. All right. Well, that's all we got for movie news topics today. I will say, side thing, not a big topic, but Nosferatu, Robert Eggers' movie, just wrapped filming. So we're getting that.
Yeah, and we
soon.
mentioned
Probably
that a
gonna get
few.
it. Yeah, we
months ago.
did. So I'm excited for that. Thanks for watching that clip from the Movie Mob podcast. Be sure to subscribe to Wilco Media and tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. for our full weekly episodes. How you doing?
All right.